things? No, 4.
Hey, happy Father's Day, everyone.
Happy Father's Day, everyone.
I'm dealing with that. There you go. My computer is dragging slow. So I think
I don't think it's your computer. I think it's your Wi-Fi.
that could be, it could be the Wi-Fi. Yeah.
I have never found hospital Wi-Fi with 3,000 users to be fast.
No, you're right. Yeah, that would be.
Every nurse and people who can't sleep using their phone to watch a video or play a game or watch porn. They can't remember why anymore, but they're watching it.
Belle, good to see you. Happy Father's Day. It looks like, well, for a second there was the only person in here was Belle. Again, another night. Just want to come on. I am, like I said, I'm getting better at least. The game changed. The band just seems it's clearing up better. Hopefully by next week I'll be doing physical therapy to be able to get to use that foot. Oh, that would be really good. Because I like to be able to get out of this bed. And it kills me. So I found out today there was somebody didn't show up for work. Turns out now there's what it was like 30 people for one nurse. Yeah.
Okay, but I gotta put this up on the screen.
Jessica, good to see you. Thank you for stopping by.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Things I will put up your ass if you come near me with that vaccine by Dr. Seuss.
One that's sent by Ginger?
Yeah.
I saw that. Well, I wish everyone out there a happy Father's Day. You know, I'm not a father, so I just get to hang it here. But you know, everyone in our little charity thing is a father. You know, you, Belle, Graham, Mangas, Stevie Mal. I'm the only person that doesn't have a kid. But it's only because I knew how to use protection. So anyone, you want to wish happy Father's Day too, KY?
Well, I already wish my boys happy Father's Day.
Oh, that's so ironic.
Hello, Jessica. Hello, Glenn the Jackrabbit. Happy
Glenn's
Father's Day.
Is Glenn a father?
I don't know, but happy Father's
Happy
Day.
Father's Day, yeah.
Who knows all the kind of little bunnies are running around there?
well, I am. I just don't admit to it. You can't prove it in court.
That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, welcome in, Glenn. Oops, I think we got to put the link out in case someone wanted to come up. So we used to celebrate Father's Day. My mother would make my dad a special dinner. go out and buy him a gift. I'm not kidding. It usually would be something from Craftsman. He would get tools, clippers, all kind of shit. Always on Father's Day. And I remember my mother would give me and my sister in advance our last week go out and buy him something to go with whatever she got, like the extensions or the holders and stuff. So yeah, we celebrated Father's Day as well as Mother's Day. Do you guys do that, KY, or was it just another day?
No, we celebrated when I was a kid. Yeah, my mom, we cooked my mom breakfast instead of her getting up and cooking breakfast.
Yeah, but what'd you do for your dad? What'd you do for your dad?
Well, we weren't, we didn't have enough money to have extra money to buy gifts or something, but we would do special things for him, ask him what he wanted to watch on TV instead of insisting on our program.
Okay.
Whatever.
We really didn't have money, but like I said, my mother would give us an advance. In other words, here, spend this. But it was always tools. Tools, tool holders. My dad was like tool man.
Oh,
He
okay.
went he went out he went out and got himself 2.5 car garage, and the entire side was all pegboards. The man loved pegboards. And then he spent hours down there organizing it so they all look perfect. I used to laugh, KY, because then when something needed fixing, he'd usually send me to fix it. So
When someone needed fixing, what?
he would send me out. He would
Send
send
you out to fix it?
Yeah, he'd send me to fix it. He'd go out and buy all the tools, and he'd have them all neatly stacked up there, and we could never borrow them. But when something had to be done, we would have to be the one. I'd have to be the one that went. I say we because my sister never did it. Like fix the door hinge or something. It was always me. You know. I think he just collected the tools so when his friends came over, they could go outside and have a cigar or sit at the bar, and he'd have all these tools. But as usual, like after years and years, when he got sick, all that stuff, he had the boxes and all that crap. He sold them. He ended up getting rid of a lot of the stuff when he moved to Vegas. Because up until California, we always had houses. But he wanted a what do you call it? Townhouse up in PV, Rolling Hills area. Way too expensive. The view was great, but huge balcony. I just never really got into it. I was more like the house, go out in the backyard. We always had houses. So I guess I'm lucky in there. But yeah, we spent our Father's Day. My mom would get up and make him his dinner and stuff, and then our breakfast, and then he'd sit around and watch sports and stuff. And then we'd give him the gifts. They weren't big gifts, but yeah. My family usually celebrated holidays with gifts. Like at Thanksgiving, it was all about the egg hunts and stuff like that. He'd get together with his neighbors because usually where he lived was usually surrounded by people he worked with. Like in Virginia, it was people he worked with in air traffic controllers. In Virginia, back in Sterling Park in the day, it was called very small, so there was plenty of land. So they would go out there and hide all the eggs, and we'd spend all Easter going to them. It was fun. I can miss my dad. I had a lot of fun with my dad growing up. Once you get into college or high school, then it's a whole different ballgame. But I hope you all are out there enjoying your fathers. Both my father and mother had passed, so no chance to go back and spend time with them now. I'd consider myself lucky. We were estranged for some years, but not enough to where I didn't get to see him a lot. I had better luck, I guess. My dad than most of my friends. So how's everyone else doing? I should have put the link out down there if you guys want to come up and tell me stories about your dad. This is another kickback because, like I said, I've got about another week or so being stuck in this bed without being able to get out. I'm optimistic I'll be able to get out. Then I'll be able to roll outside, KY. The
That'd be nice.
door's the door's right in front of me, right in front of my room. Every morning I can see the sunshine come through. Of course, I can't see anything where I am, but I can see the sun. Then, of course, when they had to get me out of the bed the other day so I could take my shower, I was able to look outside. These are horrifically designed rooms. I mean, I believe they were made to be single rooms.
Probably.
And in that case, the bed would go where it looks like it should go over in that corner. It'd be right near the window. You could see the outside. But they've converted them into two
Doubles.
doubles. But I haven't had a roommate in a while.
Now, my last place I was at, I was on the second floor, and there was a large man-made lake behind the facility with a solar fountain. There was like 4 solar panels up on a post, and they powered a pump that powered a water pump that sprayed the water jet like a fountain, aerated. And I was told by the one maintenance guy, he said, "Yeah, there's some 4, 5, 6 pound bass in that pond because nobody but employees and guests are allowed to fish in it." Well, guests are all injured. How are they going to fish it? So
There
that
you
just
go.
leaves employees. So he said, "Yeah," he said, "I've caught some 4 or 5 pounder bass in there." He said, "It's awesome." He said, "I think the owners made it more for themselves than anyone else." He said, "Because only employees and patients are allowed to fish." He said, "Well, patients are all here because they're here for rehab. Well, what are the chances of a patient having a fishing pole to go out and fish?"
I was going to say, come on now. You show up at a rehab center with a fishing pole.
Well, you could have, I suppose you could have, family member bringing their fishing gear. But most patients are all in wheelchairs, so what's your chance of you rolling your wheelchair down to the lake?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Now the paved path gets you within like 30 feet of it, but as well as I do, wheels on a wheelchair are pretty narrow. You get down in that soft ground, you get bogged down. So yeah,
Yeah, and they're hard to push or get you out of it. Seriously, they are.
yeah, you get on soft ground, and a wheelchair is hard to push. They're made for paved roads, sidewalks, floors. Not for out in the boonies.
There's no way. It's like I told them to say, well, we can get you an electric chair. Where am I going to put it? See, a non-electric chair folds up. I'll never get over that guy going, I got it out of the box for you to help you out, bro, but it just looks too thin for you to sit in. So I reach over and I pull it apart because it's folded.
Yeah, collapse.
I should have seen this guy's face.
The deer in the headlight look like,
Yeah, it's like, oh,
oh,
you've never seen a wheelchair. Oh my God. The sports ones are even better. They're really compact. Let me see. Easy to maneuver around. I got one from my mom, but of course they sent me one for me now. So I have one in Carson and one at home. Which which should work. The regular one's fine. Hey D Johns, how you
hey,
going?
D, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in.
Yes, yes. I love Bananas doing cop watches now. She's combined her two shows, and it's Uber Cop Dash. It's quite a nifty idea. No, we just came on to wish everybody, who has whatever, a happy Father's Day, and that would include your dad if he's still
Cop dash
alive.
or door cops?
Dorcas. No, she does her Uber thing, and then if she sees a cop thing, she pulls over, I guess. I was watching it earlier. But the minute they put that IV on, brother, I pass out. Ain't nothing left of me. 8 more days of fun. Yay. But the foot's getting better, KY. It really is getting better. And like I said, anybody wants to come up and give them one of their father's stories, because like I said, I had a lot of growing up. We were really close. We were little kids, very close. And then I got into high school, and I was in, because my dad was a strict military CIA type of person. I was more of a weed smoking, long hair, heavy metal, go to concerts.
Rebelling teenager type of individual.
That's exactly what that was. But we used to start traveling all over the world. It was fun. So I gotta sit at home and go to concerts. When you go to England, it's all about the concerts. Well, at least back in the 80s, it was. They were really into their music back then. So we used to go to concerts, record stores, local pubs where you ran into them. One of the pubs right out of Upper Hayford, or Crownton, is where Robert Plant would hang out. Wish I could say I ran into him, but first you had to sneak off the base to get there. And KY can that's how hard that's to do.
That can be tough, yeah, depending on the
Really.
base.
Well, we found a sewer we could go down and cross past their sensors and come up on the other end. Because even back then, kids weren't allowed to just, still weren't allowed to leave the base. The checkpoints are coming in, of course, but they always had checkpoints going out. If you were a minor, they would confirm you were allowed to leave. So we'd sneak out and go down to that pub, and English pubs weren't quite as strict as American pubs. Back in the day, they didn't give a shit how old you. If you were 16, it was good by them. 15, 16, you could buy your beer, play pool, throw darts. Darts was a big thing, and just hang around these pubs that were in very foggy areas. They were just wow, just like the movie. It's like that movie American Werewolf in London. Same type of thing. We go down there, but never got to meet Robert Plant, even though his pictures were all always signed with people that came in. He
He
apparently
was a
wasn't.
musician, I take it.
Gee, Led Zeppelin.
I don't know. I just know the group. I don't know the every player's name.
No,
I was
Robert
never
Plant.
I was never that much into music.
Oh hell, I was someone in music. Robert Plant was part of Led Zeppelin. He was like a god back then. And then by the time I got to Australia, the drummer died and the group broke up. Because that was their promise. They promised each other if one member left, they all left.
Okay. Yeah,
I
because
mean,
usually when you have an original band that makes hits like that, one guy goes. Usually that's it for the band, anyhow.
that's what they said. And there was a few times that, and I guess they had a parting of after they separated, they got in arguments and shit. But the son of was gonna come play, but that didn't work out either. But
Now there's a few exceptions like the Eagles.
oh,
Members
quite a
left and members left and better people came, and so they were improved and better. There were a couple of groups like that, but for the most part, one of the original lead guitarists or singers left. That was it. The group's done.
oh yeah, and you also had groups like ACGC. They got a new singer. Iron Maiden replaced their singer after the first album. He was actually ended up being better. White Snake, Rainbow, they switched. They were offsets. They couldn't have both David Coverdale and him in that group, so they split. But you're right, for the most part, if you lose it, like for example, you lose the lead singer, it's very hard to recover from that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the sound. Oh, so it's like 8 o'clock. Everything
And
is done.
it's almost midnight here. It's almost nine
You know?
o'clock. You mean? You mean it's almost 9 o'clock?
Well, you're right. It's almost 9. She said, well, that's right. I keep forgetting. I started at 8:30 because 5 minutes before 8, the doctor walks in. And
Yeah,
I was like, wow, man, what? You're awful. They don't stay that late.
yeah. I'm saying
And
it's 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. What the hell is the doctor doing there?
actually, they
I
came.
I never saw a doctor from 3 o'clock on a Friday. Usually 2 o'clock on a Friday. I never saw a doctor all weekend. Never, never, never.
Yeah, I couldn't
But
believe it
by noon
myself.
on Friday, they're out on the golf course.
Well, this guy wanted to talk about the
or
antibiotics.
or over their partner's house banging the wife because the husband's out on the golf course.
You're an idiot. Hey, constitutional order. I'm about to say Happy Father's Day. I'm not quite sure if you're a father or not. I've never asked you. Oh look, it's name deleted. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. This is our just a little keeping us company and wishing people well today. And like I said, I miss my father. I miss my mother too, but like I said, I didn't get to. I got to spend a lot of time with my Oh, there he is. Only for babies. I got to spend a lot of time with my father in the last couple of years he was alive. Or when I mean a lot, whenever we went down, I would stay by his side, and
See, I wasn't
he
there the last 3 years because I was in the service.
yeah.
As,
So
as my father's health declined, I was down in Texas, so that's why I insisted in '77 that we come home for Christmas. My wife said, "Well, we can't really afford it." I said, "Honey, it's going to be the last time we see my father alive." I said, "He's sick. He's got cancer." I said, "You know,
uh, were you guys close at least?
were we what?
Were you close?
No, not at that point. He had kind of withdrawn because the pain. He had lung cancer, and so it was so close. He had basically withdrawn from most people. They came down and saw us the year before at Christmas, and they'd never been to Texas before,
Mm.
so it
My
was a long
father.
drive. Long drive. It's 23-hour drive from Wisconsin down to Fort Hood.
Oh, my
So
father
yeah, it's
had ST. Had what do you call it? COPD. That's what it
Oh.
was. He had that really bad. But that's from years of smoking it. At one point, we were in England. He had whooping cough, which was just unbelievable.
Whooping cough?
Yep, he wouldn't quit smoking either.
You said whipping cough.
Whooping.
Whooping. Whooping cough.
I thought it was whooping cough.
No, it's whooping.
Yeah, well, really bad.
It's bad shit.
And then he quit. He quit smoking, but it was way too late. It ended up not doing him any good, even though he quit. So by 15 years after he quit and went to Vegas, I was here the day they gave him his diagnosis. He was. What you laughing at? Okay, so
You're wondering why I'm laughing.
yeah, my father, he got that, and I went down to visit him, and we had to take my mother because she was really destroyed. We went into the hospital where he was, and the doctor walked in and told him he wasn't going to make it. So all those years of smoking, because he smoked a lot too. He was a massive chain smoker. He used to laugh.
My dad wasn't a chain smoker, but
Well, smoking in general, it depends on when you quit and how much you were smoking, I guess, at the time.
yeah.
He was like 6 packs a day.
Oh no. My dad was a 1 to 2 pack and a half a day almost. 1 pack to pack and a half. Sometimes 2.
Yeah, dude, he would never ever do anything without a cigarette. It doesn't mean he smoked them all. He'd go into the bathroom and have a cigarette, and he'd leave it, and leave the bathroom. The cigarette would be going. We'd find him in the cigarette, and downstairs, in the living room, in the kitchen, just everywhere. But he smoked and drank scotch. That was the choice drink of the CIA people, is scotch. Oh, and good scotch too. Not none of that cheap shit you get at Walmart.
12-year-old, 16-year-old, 20-year-old scotch.
Yeah, he had some really, really, really insanely expensive scotch because he would come home from work and he wanted to have his 1 to 2 glasses of good scotch. Phoenix, how's it going? Welcome in. Happy Father's Day if you are, or to your family. But that's basically what my father. I never got the chance, KY, as I told you the story before, to thank him for his service or let him know that I thought what he did was good. We didn't talk about stuff like that because, and honestly, the funniest story I had with him was my old man when he gets he doesn't wait. He's not a procrastinator. If he decides, well, I want this done, then that's it. It gets done right when he wants it done, no matter what. Well, he decided it was time for his son. By the way, and I was going to college at the time, getting A's in electronics, to join the CIA. Well, I would usually.
I know this story. Yeah.
Yeah, he would come over. I was smoking with my friends, and then I let the house here out for an hour. He comes home, and he threw an application down. Of course, I was high, so I answered it in such a manner that I was high. But asked you if you've ever used recreational drugs, and I put, yeah. And I calculated twice a day for a year. That was it. Yeah, but he's not right anymore. And what's that car? Glenn Dooley Blue. Hello.
Hi.
You're doing trash, right?
Yeah. I accidentally did use the urinal.
Thank you.
Make sure you don't knock any plugs out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I saved the cocaine for the other lady at work here, Yanni. She collects them and uses the money for her kids. So I always give her my recyclables.
Hello,
These-
Phoenix. Thank you for showing up, supporting Bud.
Yep, it's NKY.
And KY, yeah.
So thank you for coming here and supporting Bud. He needs all the mental support he
It
can
is
get.
Bud Grower Show, you know.
No, it doesn't say Bud Grower Show. It says Happy Father's Day to KY. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all about KY, Bill, S.Graham, Mangas,
Well, it
Stevie.
just says Happy Father's Day, KY.B or comma B.
Well, only on this. If you look at
Yeah.
Oh no, laying the smackdown again. Oh shoot. Yeah, so hell, we can go back to that KY. It doesn't look like we're gonna be able to do a reunion show on sidekicks.
Nope, there's no sidekick anymore.
No sidekicks anymore. Well, we don't know this for a fact because I think Ashcan is still working on finding another host. We may be the new one, the first one to do it. Or hell, we should go back to the night shows, the KY and Bud show. Okay, now look. I really do think Biden is a blithering idiot. He really is. But y'all heard about the bike incident, right? Right, KY? I know you heard about the bike incident.
With who?
With Biden, the president.
No, I don't know what you're
All
talking.
right.
Which one? What Biden incident? He's an incident waiting to happen.
Well, the bicycle one.
No, I haven't
right.
heard about the Biden bicycle incident.
So he gets up on the bike and you know, and they put those little foot things in. You know, you put your foot through it to keep them on the pedals.
The
Don
stirrups.
Diablo.
The stirrups.
Right. Except these were not plastic pull away ones. All right. Instead, they got him the lock ones. Well, you don't do that. You know, even my roommate's like, damn, what the? Trying to kill the man. I mean, you know, like, you know.
So he put his foot in the pedal and
Right.
he couldn't get his feet out or something.
He couldn't get his feet out and he went hit over ass. He totally did a dive. Oh my God. That is so like, why didn't they make the breakaway ones that come straight off so you don't break your neck because he couldn't get out? So now remember, guys, he's tripped going up an airliner. He tripped coming down an airliner, and now he's plastered himself on the bike.
No dive with the bike.
No dive with the bike. Now remember, Trump was walking down a rainy step off of Air Force One and lost his balance, but didn't fall. They spent the next 3 months ripping into him about how he can't walk straight. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, wait a minute. Glenn's going for the SmackDown. Kermit the Frog. Oh, it was yesterday. Okay, yeah, I knew it was one. I saw the photos in the article today on Discord. Well, thank you, Don. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it, brother. Still working our way toward Australia. Looks like we're gonna have quite a powwow down there. It's gonna be Ross, his son, Spirit, you, and there's one more person. I can't remember who it was. And there's a couple other people we know that are actually down there. My God. Look at that.
We know a couple of good blokes down there.
Yeah, we do. Oh my God. Well, you know, the really bad one at the White House was that idiot from Good Morning America whose career basically is over. Al Roker, is that it?
Roku, yeah.
He went there and took a shit in a trash can.
I couldn't understand that.
He shit himself when he went into the White House.
He peed himself?
No shit.
Oh, shit himself.
took the underwear off and tried to hide it in the trash can in the presidential room. Well, the Secret Service found it. Duh. So honestly, think about that. You're invited to go to the White House, and that's the day you can't control yourself, and you defecate yourself to where you have to throw your underwear away. Jesus Christ. Anyway, that just ruined his career.
Yeah, I guess.
The dude. At that point, he wasn't worth a shit. Oh no, he didn't say
Oh,
that. Oh no.
Curly was just a shit.
Hey, can't blame the guy for giving a shit. Yeah. So that was bad, man. That fall. Damn. You know no matter what condition the guy is in, whoever was the idiot that added the stirrups on there and didn't make the breakaway, they're done. Short-lived career. I didn't hear anything about him being dramatically hurt anyway. But honestly, I think he's in too much of a condition to ride a bike. Which is obvious now. I don't.
Why would they ever put stirrups on for an adult anyhow? I mean,
Well, no, there's nothing wrong with.
if you're a professional racer or doing stunts, yeah. But if you're just riding a bike, you don't need them damn stirrup things.
Well, you do if you can't keep your feet on the pedals. Which, and honestly, I think should be an indication that you shouldn't ride a bike. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
point.
just.
If you're an adult, you can't keep your feet on the pedal, then you don't belong your ass on the bike anymore. I guess they needed one of those 3-wheel bikes, with the
A tricycle.
the tricycle, the big one, the adult tricycles with the little basket in the back.
Yes, Don, because I decided to wait 3 hours after they gave me the medicine to come on rather than right as they were doing it, because that stuff wipes me out. But thanks, yeah, I'm really looking forward to 8 days passing, and I'll be a lot better. And it's like the nurse I trust and the doctor I trust told me that they checked my charts and the foot's doing insanely well. They said there's no infection or reinfection in that. The skin, they call it names which I couldn't pronounce if I wanted to. Eat your vitamin.
All right, Glenn, behave yourself.
Yeah. So it's like I'm not going to do probably. That's what happened in the morning. I wake up sick, and then they're usually I wanted to do it 5, right? Give me a couple hours before they come in, but they came in they're coming in a lot earlier now. I guess that's what the doctor's coming to talk about. He's like, we're trying to get it to you earlier so that your day's more clear. Well, you're trying to give it to me earlier so that my day's clear so I can do physical therapy and stuff. Because I do not have a pleasant reaction to that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if giving it to you is going to mess up your whole day, then they ought to think about that when they decide what time they're going to give it to you.
Yeah. And he said they can't do it at night. They don't have the proper staff here. On call, they'd have to call me in. They have to bring them back if I got too sick. But none of that's happening. He said I'm looking at about another 7 to 10 days off on laying in this bed until the one foot completely and utterly heals. He's like, well, it still has discharge, even though it's closed up, which means that the inside needs more time as well. Otherwise, I could pressure and turn it right into the foot that's the other foot, which no, I don't want to do that. Because that would just be ridiculous. It's hard enough not being able to use either one of your feet. Once I'm able to use the foot, even that will be just limited. But limited means getting into a wheelchair. So what?
Right.
It's better than exactly. Yeah.
Bingo.
Thank you, Bill.
I think I have to like it. I'm going to go to YouTube. You
I
can't do it from StreamYard.
No, you can't. Well, because we're the only one actually on StreamYard, unless we invite someone up on the panel.
Right.
Oh, look at that. We have 11. I think I'm going to be doing more night shows on here and that, and we're going to go ahead, instead of trying to go around and do a reunion tour with the traveling, I think I'm going to change it to the KY and Bud show. I miss doing that show. Yeah, there's a little bit of differences on the Bud and KY show than there are just on Bud Grower. This is, like I said, was a way for us to come on here and talk about things that we're going to do that we didn't necessarily want to bring up on V for Vets. V for Vets now is, where are we? I think we're at 376. Yeah, we're at 376. We are trying to get to 500.
124 more.
Right, and see, the thing was, KY, I was offered to go to a place. You gotta take the Stanley Cup. I had a chance to get us a couple hundred subs. I could actually get us to 1,000, but that I don't.
Yeah, you could
we're
do
not.
the pay $30 and get 1,000 subs.
No, these aren't even paid. These
Oh.
people just do it. KY. Like, for example, if you'd gone to Nova Guy's birthday party, they're giving away subs because they're part of some of those networks that you go into them, and I've been into them. I know what they do. And basically, you promote theirs, they promote yours. The problem is, everyone that's in V for Vets right now knows what V for Vets is, knows it's a charity organization, and that's it. That's why we didn't accept a really nice offer. Probably made the person upset at us when they wanted to give us their channel that had 80,000 people on it. See, the thing is, it's no good to us to do that. We're looking for a certain type of people,
right?
That are our mindset. So these other people would never support us. They would give us the numbers we needed, but there would be no support in the way we need it. So me and KY have elected to we'll just go slow. We'll get there. But the community page is really important to us. Allows us to do a lot of things. Like he said, we're about 124 away. I don't go around dropping our link everywhere. To his credit, Bill Admin does a lot more. He helps with that. I go around and talk about her, and then they'll sometimes put it in. I guess I got to spend more time doing that because we're so close. It'd be nice to have our community page. Now, just put a 1 if you did. Did you ever send me back that email, Bell? Did you find it? Yeah, it shows I sent it to him, but it's got another 22 days and I can't cancel it. The invite for him to be a manager. He went back and looked and he can't find it, so I was going to try spam mail. Maybe I threw it in your spam folder. But I cannot seem to modify it, KY. It's got 22. Okay. Well, you know how you have to send out an invite to be a manager and then they have to respond to it.
Right.
Well, it gives you a certain amount of time to respond before it cancels that invite.
Okay.
There's no way for me to stop that invite, and Bell can't find the invite in his mail.
Huh.
So we're stuck for another 20 days.
You can't send another one to
him? To a different email.
Oh.
Yeah.
Only one to that one.
Only one to that one, yeah. That's how they verify whatever. And of course, the entire stuff saying you will be responsible for whatever they do, blah, blah, blah. So they won't let you send multiples. So I guess I could get a hold of YouTube and have them cancel it so that I can resend it earlier. It is what it is. Oops. God, it's loud in here. By the way, you can hear these people because I'm closer to the nurses' station, and I guess they had a birthday party. No. Oh, so you said you watched that one series,
Which one?
the Marvel one, the Snow Soldier, Winter Soldier, and the Falcon.
Winter Soldier. Yeah, Winter Soldier. I watched Winter Soldier. Yeah.
That's still actively running, isn't it, or is that done? Did it cancel that?
No, I thought that was canceled.
Oh, okay. But you liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was one of the first ones, the very first ones I watched after I got access.
Ah. That's kind of funny. I didn't even know it was there. And I saw it and I went, whoa, okay. Because, that was Bucky was a Winter Soldier.
Right.
And then that other guy was friends with Captain America when he came out with physical therapy. And then he got himself hurt. And
I've
Tony.
been watching a bunch of the videos on the Ukraine and the war and things and stuff. And they got a notice today that Poland sent them 15 Crab self-propelled howitzer, 155 millimeter howitzers, and then it's going to sell them 60 more. And they're going to pay with the money that the U.S. and the Economic Union donated to them. And then Italy is providing them with standard NATO ammo. So everyone's, doing their part.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call Poland doing their part if the U.S. is paying for it.
No. Okay, they gave them economic aid, but the U.S. can't just give them all our weapons.
Well, no.
So, and these are right there. Poland's connected right to the Ukraine. So,
right.
All they got to do is put them on lowboys and drive them across the border, and they're there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're as opposed to U.S. providing 109A3s or the newest one that we have that are providing a bunch of them. Poland is selling their version of the 109 of the 155 self-propelled howitzer. They're selling them. First they donated 15, now they're selling them 60. Well, okay, that gives them military sales and money, and then they can in turn take the money that they made from that sale and donate a portion of it in ammo and whatever. You know what I'm saying? It just goes around in a circle.
Yeah, it's just I'm not into giving money out.
And because the shipping cost is so much less.
Hell yeah. From
at 52 or 53 tons each, 60 of them, that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of money and cost for shipping. Well, it makes more sense for the U.S. to donate cash. Sell, hey, you Poland, you sell them 60. We'll donate some money and you provide maintenance and parts and sell them the stuff. And if they need parts for U.S. equipment, it's got to come all the way across from the U.S. If it's got to come from Poland, a guy in a truck can run across the border to get parts and come back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm just like I said, until you. I really don't. We give out so much money every year, which is I just don't believe in it right now. When America is healthy and doing really well, then that's all fine and dandy. But when you have military personnel living on the street, homeless living on the street, not enough money for medicine, not enough money for Medicare,
price of gas going up to
price of gas going up. We don't need to be donating anything
tripling in the last 2 years.
We need people to be donating to us to help us out. Not us giving more money out. This is getting ridiculous. It's like, they keep turning down all these social programs, yet they turn around and give money out to countries. It's not. It's ridiculous.
Like, what? Yeah, then we give money to China and we're giving money to Russia. What are we giving money to Russia for? What are you giving money to China?
Exactly.
Like, what the hell?
That's insanity.
Why are we giving them money?
Yeah, I'm just saying we can wait. Didn't say we'd have to stop forever, but until we're a little bit more healed, I think we should keep the money in our country. But then again, they're trying to bank. You'd only do that if you're trying to bankrupt the place, which is what they're doing.
Yeah.
I had an interesting little article
It seems
I read.
that way, don't it?
Doesn't it? Some guy was saying, we're in a recession. They've just been not admitting it. They're not admitting it. It's with the gas. And these people are gouging with the gas, the food prices, apartments, houses. Australia, by the way, has removed their Kool-Aid law. You don't need to take the Kool-Aid to go to Australia anymore because their tourist industry took a massive dip. And a large part of their, income comes from tourists. So once the jab thing went into effect, there was like, oops.
No more tourist income.
No more tourist income. I'd say the only way to stop the gas gouging is to literally and utterly protest it. But how the hell are you going to do that? How the hell are you going to stop using gas?
Yeah.
But there was this thing that Biden came on and said that our economy is stronger now than it's been.
Okay, here's what I understand. They want us to use more electrical vehicles. But they took away the nuclear power plant option. So how are they creating electricity? Well, wind farms and coal and natural gas powered utility plants. Well, that's why the price of natural gas is going up, because they're selling it to industrial uses like power generation stations, and they're using millions of cubic feet of gas to create electricity. Well, it's still the same thing. What's the difference?
Yeah. Well, the average on the news this morning in California, electric is going up 18.7%.
Yeah.
So pushing for electric cars is not going to help. Plus, that you got to remember, once that battery in that car goes, they're $20,000 for the cheap end ones. Batteries are not inexpensive because they're ridiculous.
They should design a standard battery.
But like the computer industry, that won't make them money.
Nope.
No, this is all about money. It's not about.
Yeah.
It's always going to be about money. And unfortunately, because if they really wanted to have helped our economy out, I mean, I'm just saying, instead of bailing out the bankers, the millionaires,
right,
they should have bailed out the homeowners.
Oh, no, that don't make them any money. The millionaires don't make money that way.
See, but that's just it. They didn't need to make money. The money would have gone into people.
They already have their money. That's why they're millionaires.
Right. They got insurance. That's all that game was, which is ridiculous. That's all right. I don't know how much more people will take before they finally decide to do something. I really don't. But California went up another 20 some odd cents today, so we conservatively estimated we'll hit $10 and something per gallon. Which will effectively put people out of work.
Oh yeah, a lot of people.
They'll have to choose between, and then how they're going to feed themselves. That's why I find it really, really disturbing that these delivery companies put a $5 delivery charge. It never goes to the driver. and then basically tries to promote you into tipping them.
And
And a lot,
here's the thing I don't get. Okay, they have forced most office workers to work from home. Okay, so those people are no longer commuting and using gas every day to drive to work. So gasoline usage should be down by like 40 or 50% because of all the office workers who are no longer going to the office and working. So
right.
many, at least 60% of the previous office workers are now working from home. They're no longer using the gas to commute back and forth. So gasoline usage should be down, which means the price of gas should be dropping, not going up.
Well, their excuse for that, KY, is they are suffering because of the lack. So they jack it up to compensate for the ones that are not using
They're
it.
suffering. Oh,
Right. They've
we
used
didn't
this
we
before.
didn't make 23 billion this year. We're
No
down
shit.
a billion. So we got to jack the price up to keep our profits up.
Yeah, we need to stop this. We need to take control of the. I've always said this.
Nationalize oil industry.
Nationalize oil, exactly. That way the gas can be regulated by the government. But no, they won't do that because it's too much of a moneymaker for these people. And honestly, electric cars are just too young and infant.
It's too much
really.
of a moneymaker for the people and too much of a moneymaker for the politicians who
Right.
these people contribute to their
campaign,
chest, their re-election campaigns.
Which, by the way, they get to keep all that money. Obama was the first president to raise $1 billion. All that money was his after they stopped. That needs to stop. We tried to do it, but it was voted down by the people in charge. Oh no, they're going to take my blood pressure. It should be 300/10. And they brought more medicine. It's an amazing amount of medicine I take. I am basically supplying the pharmaceuticals with everything they need for Christmas. Yep. Okay, so
500/66.
no, it's gonna. Well,
It's
oh
gonna be
yeah,
120/80. Textbook.
yeah, sure I am. Just like my blood sugar is gonna be low. I'm gonna mute for a sec, brother.
It says the Germans' Panzer PH-2000s have now arrived.
long-range armored howitzers to Ukraine. These PZH-2000s are 61.5 tons in weight and the heaviest artillery sent by Western ally to Kyiv. Germany itself had refrained from sending heavy weapons to Ukraine. The training could be provided in Poland or Germany. The Netherlands had acquired 56 PZH-2000s, of which 18 were. The Netherlands had acquired 56 PZH-2000s, of which 18 remained active in the Royal Netherlands Army's 41st Artillery Battalion as of 2022. So, the Netherlands could send as many as 38 PZH-2000s to Ukraine, enough to form 2 artillery battalions.
38 self-propelled howitzers. That'll help. That'll help because the West self-propelled howitzers shoot between 35 and 45 kilometers. whereas the Russian artillery is limited to 18 to 20 kilometers, 15 to 20, depending on the system. Some of the shorter barrel ones are only 15 kilometers. But when they get the HIMARS system from the U.S., if they provide them any long-range rockets for the HIMARS, which are 300 kilometers, they can hit Moscow from Ukraine because it's only 275 kilometers to Moscow. So they can theoretically hit Moscow. But the U.S. says it's not willing to send them any long range, only medium and short range rockets.
Do you have a snack?
No,
I have to give you 11 units.
11 units. Okay.
Yeah. So let me get you a snack, okay?
I guess having that root beer wasn't a good idea.
Okay, what does it say?
345.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
185 over 90?
oh no, I was actually 149. That was not that bad.
No, that's not that bad. No.
Not that bad. No, it's just because I'm on this other stuff, which I can't even see it from here or whatever it is. I guess I could take it off the peg. It's not going to hurt anything. And I can't get it off the peg. Can't reach a bitch. Here it is. It's oh yeah, okay, no problem. I was supposed to be able to tell what the hell this shit is. Anyway, this stuff jacks my sugar levels up too. But now she wants to give me such a high dose, she wants to bring a snack in. I'm like, a snack when my level's already this high? Oh,
It
that's
already
bad.
jacked your sugar level. Now she wants to bring you a snack besides.
Well, because see, you can't lower something fast. That's why I was so mad that they put sugar in and they handed me orange juice. It's not safe.
You don't want to drop it too fast.
No, you do not. Or you don't want to,
That's bad too.
yeah, so they give you, whenever they go over 10 units, they give you a snack. Like a little gelatin or a little pudding or whatever the fuck it is. Thank you, Bill. Great work being done by Bill. Damn Constitution, I miss my doggy. Poor little Duchess. Yeah, I remember when it come fix the sink. I was afraid she'd sneak out the door. But yeah, reality is it's a locked in place and she wouldn't be able to go anywhere. She just had to sit there and wait till Reading got home. Lucky for us, he's working morning shifts, so he gets home around 4 o'clock. Works in the morning, gets off at like 3. See, because I used to let her go out around 11 to 2. She'd run around the little backyard, run around the little porch, sit there in the sun, have a lot of fun. She loves the sun. And I'd slide a chair out and sit out there with her for a while. When we were in Ohio, we had 1.5 acres land in the backyard. It was completely fenced in. I'd walked the perimeter several times to make sure there was no holes or anything she could slip under. And we'd let them run through the yard. That's when they started chasing the rabbits and the squirrels.
Okay, so.
And you want to make sure you shove that in when you put it in. I feel like a running start. Yeah, they got pins now. You remember in the old days, for your insulin injection, there are pins.
Pens.
Yeah, can I see one? I'll show you what they look like. They're assigned to an individual patient, and they are pins.
Pens, yes, they're pens.
Yeah. And then I use those for the individual patient rather than constantly having to.
Hepburn, okay.
So what happens when the needle goes back in? It just sterilizes itself, or
No, you throw it away. And the sharps.
oh, and then you just replace the
Mhm.
top. Oh, okay, never mind. Just
That's it. No more torture.
no more torture. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No more of this too. Could you put? Nah, they'll figure it out tomorrow.
You okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it in your last round of the jokes. Don't forget to take your BP med.
I don't know anyone that lives close to me. Go to Subway and pick me up a sandwich. Well, it sucks because I'm not ordering one. These people are ridiculous. I was telling her to go to Lefties. She's going to go there and try it. Just don't Uber it because you go and get the sandwich. It's like about $17, $18. They're insanely incredible and very hard to eat one in one sitting if you get the large one. However, if you order it via Uber, it's $50. I'm like, what? You out of your guy? How do you even constitute that? How do you look yourself in the mirror? $50. See, because they basically shut down all these small businesses. I used to think, well, they would still offer their own delivery, and they don't. They don't. Increase their price a little so they make up for the delivery. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, they are easier to use, Bill. Because God help you if you had to know how to do it. A needle. You have to know that you put air in it first and blow it out when you think it, and do all those little things to make sure you're doing it right. But again, since if you're not doing a needle in the blood and you're just doing subcutaneous, what the is the difference? How'd you gonna mess that shit up? You won't die from an air bubble, which is pretty hard to do, but
Yeah,
if it goes
it's pretty hard to get an air bubble and die from it.
and you that now if you stick it in a major blood artery and you inject a big old air bubble, which you would see to begin with.
Because I asked about that when I was doing my IV. Sometimes I'd see air bubbles. They would change the bag and there'd be a couple air bubbles, and I'd see them moving them towards my arm. I said, "Isn't that going to kill me if that air bubble gets?" Oh, no, that's just a little bubble. Don't worry about that. She
Yeah.
said, "No, if there's 2 or 3 inches of air in that line, you call us." She said, "But one little air
Yeah,
bubble, don't worry about that."
exactly. It's like
She said,
halfway
"If you
down.
see anything more than half an inch of air bubble in the airline, you call us."
Yeah, that I'd be a little bit concerned about. Mind you, you don't even need to do that, KY. If you know what you're doing, you're not going to get air bubbles in a normal syringe that you're giving yourself, okay?
Right. That you're giving yourself.
Because you know how to use it. I mean, there's a way to. This is why they don't want people using revolving or slide scale because they're afraid they'll hurt themselves. I'm like, oh, screw you. I mean, the human body doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. Right now my levels could be at I don't know 150, and in an hour from now they could be 180. When you're getting ready to take your insulin, used to be you'd wait till it gets to a certain level and then you'd take the insulin. You take whatever's needed, and they still do it in hospitals. I mean, they do it in hospitals where they do a sliding scale. But once you leave the hospital, they give you the synthetic shit ones. You know damn well they're synthetic and they're shit. If you walk If you look at it, it says 15 in the morning and 15 at night. That's synthetic. If it's long lasting and short acting in the same bottle, that's synthetic. You cannot use pig insulin or human insulin and mix the two together in that fashion. They used to have you put a little bit of long acting, then a little bit of slow acting, then inject it right away. But it counteracted each other so because people didn't want to take 2 shots. Well, if you're type 2, then I got the solution. Exercise and stop eating like a beach whale. But 90% of the people that got type 2, it's all about the eating and the exercising. If you don't like sticking yourself with needles, lose the weight. It will get rid of it. You won't have that problem. Like right now, I've lost 50 pounds. If I lose another 45 pounds, my insulin will go into remission. It won't be a problem. It will just go away with or without medicine. And then at that point, if I stay healthy and exercise, I shouldn't have any problem getting it back. But like the man said, you exercise how? You gonna go jogging, are you? No, but there are other forms of exercise you can do. But like I said, I'm eating hospital food, so of course I'm gonna lose weight. Stuff is gnarly. Now, say paraded some students in the other day, and they wanted me to sign off if they were allowed to bring them in because this is not a student hospital. So it's not implied when you walk through the door like Harbor UCLA. You go there just by your admission, you're allowing students to examine and work with you. So I said yes. Of course, they ended up wrapping the foot wrong, so the bandage started coming off last night. You gotta ask yourself, how in the hell did you go to all those years of school and now you're doing your internship and you don't know how to wrap a bandage? That's impressive. Because, I agree, I've been doing them for a while, but dang. Anyway, so I talked to Shannon earlier, and she might have a free day off next week, so we could plan to do a show on V for Vets and bring her out. But this is like, she'll take me out, KY, with or without anyone else going, but she's like, we're not going out when you can't even get into a wheelchair.
Yeah.
She says, I will not take you down those areas either unless I have the proper gear. I need to look into getting waist-high boots like the fishermen use.
Waist-high boots?
Yeah, like the fishermen use, like the
Why would you need waist-high boots?
So then my open wounds get in that water again.
You wouldn't need waist-high. This is like just regular boots, rubber boots.
No, my cuts go all the way past my knee. Think you're
Yeah, but
getting it.
you aren't going to go in the water any more than, 2 inches deep?
KY, if the water splashes and gets on an open wound,
Yeah,
I
I
could be
suppose. Okay,
reinfected.
I see what you're saying now.
And she will not go out unless I am. She's like, this ain't gonna happen again. Yeah, I understand, dude. I'll look like a flippin' ass idiot. My thought was, I said, well, I'll just get some of those wet boots. And they go up to what? They won't cover all the way up to my knee, but well, I'll figure it out when it hip waters. There it is.
Hip waders.
Yeah.
Hip waders.
That's gonna look stupid as shit.
Well, you could pull shorts over them, and then it wouldn't look like hip waders.
Oh, there you go.
Like cut off jogging pants, pull them over them. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
there you go.
Then it wouldn't look like.
Or just do what you said. I don't. I wasn't looking forward to swimming in there or anything like that. I mean, come on. And it's not like I'm going to purposely go out of my way to walk in that water. If I had to walk across it, then I walk slow, whatever. So I'll work out when we get there. Plus, that stuff is insanely expensive. So, that's the other consideration. But definitely want to go down there and we're going to have to go to those areas because that's one of the ones that we're most concerned about. But see, like I said, I'm Shannon. Shannon think I'm going to need a lot to get my first responder or first medical or whatever you want to call it. Basically first aid. I got one actually. When I was working as a lieutenant watch commander at L3, I had to be able to do basic wound care until the ambulance got there, stop the bleeding. Oh, that's a good idea. Get camouflage ones. Look in military places. That might be a great idea, Bill. But like I said, this is all down the road. Going out and doing the bandages, going out and staying with them, that's down the road. The things that are closest probably to us is the feeding part. Hooking up with another, I have several people in mind that would go out with us. And they can film, and I just won't be able to go down into the ditches and stuff. And somebody else will have to do that. And it'll be slow. That's the other thing. I told, Ice has a truck. Tommy has a truck. It's hard to get in and out of the truck in my present situation, so that's not a rush either. And then even Margaret has a truck. It seems like everybody has trucks, KY. I'm trucked. Get it? You don't have a truck, right? You have a regular.
I've got an SUV.
Oh, shit. So you have to step up a little ways yourself.
Yeah, mine's easy. The reason I got mine model is it's easy to get into being handicapped.
Nah.
You
I
know,
must have get.
just inside the top of the door is a handle that folds down. You can reach underneath, grab it, and help yourself swing in.
There's a guy I saw pull up at a gas station, had one of those drop down step ladders.
Oh,
from under the
but he had
truck.
a jacked up truck, right?
Oh yeah, and then this thing would go brrr, easy.
Some of them are hydraulic, some of them are electric. There's different kinds. Yeah,
That was nice though.
you open the door and the step drops, so then they step on the step and instead of having to drop 3 feet to the ground, 2 feet to the ground is a step to halfway. Yeah.
Yeah. We couldn't.
When you close the door, they go back up and under the truck so that give you ground clearance again.
Yeah, we were looking into having one put on our Explorer, but the problem was they wanted way too much money. So I ended up going to Walmart and getting a step ladder for my mom. One of those little metal ones.
Yeah.
It was just a basic step. She was able to get up in there. Still have that. That's what she uses to get on the couch. Well, but I really got to film her getting up into the bed because I went out and got her a 3-step ladder, doggy ladder, or staircase. So cute how she does it. She gets that little thrust forward, back, and woof, then goes thump, 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 thump. I really was hoping to make some of those things here. Those fold ones, the fold heaters, solar cookers.
Right.
I'd send them to you to see if they worked. I don't know, just give me something to do while I'm sitting here. Because again, I really am going to stir crazy. I'd really prefer to be out there doing something, anything. I really don't care. Even like if they would respond to me, which by the way, I still am not getting responses, so I sent them out a second time. I think it's a bad idea, dude. Resend an application. Because that would be perfect for me. I'll offer this one job from 8 in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, part time, 4 days a week, and they were paying $17 an hour. That's plenty of money for me. That's exactly what I need. I'd have something to do in the mornings while they're injecting me with their devil fucking drip. And then when that was over, I'd still have something to do. And shit, by that time, I should be able to get into the wheelchair and go outside. And at which point, even though that's not the reason I haven't seen Duchess, he still has not got a kit to come in here. He brings me shit and drops it off the front, but he just does not want to get a kit. You don't have money. We'll use mine. That way I can see my dog. I understand coming out here a lot, it's not going to work. Because of where this place is, he has no gas money. It's an hour drive, believe it or not, because it's not on the main thoroughway. He's got to go all these side roads and shit. So I'm not asking him to come out here every other day, but it'd be nice if he came down. I had a few people said they would come see me. I'm still waiting for that to happen. But it would be nice if I was in a wheelchair when they did anyway. That way I can go outside. But right now I don't have a roommate. I haven't had a roommate for, a week? Something like that. I'm not sure. I don't know why that is. So what are your plans? Well, are you going to bed after we get off the phone, or what?
No, I'll probably watch a movie.
Oh, sweet. Any idea which? I have to turn off the movies before I can come up here, or because it really affects the Wi-Fi if I pause a movie. But what I love, what I do love is that once you go back to that, they remember where you are and start you off right there. Unless, of course, you did what I did with one of the series. I fell asleep, woke up the next morning, it was still going. I had to, I had to exit, come back in, and pick the episode and start it from there. Because it's it's autoplay. I got set on autoplay. Shoot. Well, they moved that guy out, by the way. The one that was drinking the liquor.
Oh, okay.
That was it for him. Apparently, they caught him going. Yeah, I mean, I don't see how they didn't catch him to begin with. You had the cleaners going in there taking a case of beer out. I'm like, just... I mean, I'm sorry, but you drink like he did with the whiskey and stuff or whatever rum. I don't know what the hell it was. Can't remember now. You can smell it. Mm. So I guess it's back to water for the rest of the evening. Yeah, I'd say go. We could go 2 hours if you wanted, KY.
What's that?
I said I don't know how long you wanted to go.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I'm these IVs are gonna bring me back to being exhausted. Justin pulled that thing out. they reinforced my pick line because apparently lady had come in to do something, and when she was doing it, she got the cord on my pick line caught and jerked on it real hard. So see, I would have woke up, nothing would have been out. I would have thought I did it. I saw Lou somewhere earlier. I can't remember where. It might have been Divas. I don't know. I don't remember. So, but that's about all that's going on with me. No real new updates. We are working on them. And hopefully, like I said, we appreciate everybody supporting us until we get the content. Really hard to do laying down, but I would love to make those burners while I'm here, dude. Give me something to do, and we could actually see if they worked. Now, Belle's going to make one of the ones I was showing on the fold-out one. Doesn't require any glass or any, like that. So I'll find out if they're worth making. Maybe even have some nurses take it outside and see if it works. So what did you think of the burner that guy made? No way we can actually pass that puppy out, man.
It's a folding one?
No, the
box?
No, those are the good ones we want to do. I was talking about the guy that came up with the one where you put the wood in it for survival and you use some sap or whatever.
Oh, that one. That's the little metal one, yeah.
Wow, that flame gets really big. But so you'd at least have to own that. Now there's kits they sell that give you all those things. Then when you're outside, basic survival kits, but they're hundreds of dollars. I'm like, damn.
And when I was in the Army, a coffee can with, remember the old style can opener with the triangle front nose?
Wow, yeah.
Okay, before beer cans had pop tops, you had a big can opener. Okay, you take a coffee can and you cut the top off, of course, when you're done with the coffee. Well, to use it as a burner, you take and make small 3/8 diameter, 3/8 long cuts about every half inch spaced around the bottom for the air to come in. And you put your sticks in there and there's your burner. I mean, you don't need anything fancy. Coffee can. 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound coffee can. You can put a 1 pound inside the 3 pound and put your alcohol based fuel bars on that. You can use what's the stuff that you put underneath the in a restaurant? They have those warmers things. The cans of what you call it, the fuel for underneath.
Yeah, propane or
no, not propane. It's like a fuel, wax fuel.
Right. I don't know what the name is. I know what you're talking about, though.
But yeah, you open up a can of that stuff, and you can set it on the 1 pound can, and then you put your pan on top of the top of the 3 pound can, and then there it is.
Yeah, I've seen they
you could there's a number of things you can do to easily make a stove. You can put the 1 pound can inside the 3 pound, put all your sticks in the 1 pound can and put holes in the bottom of the 1 pound can, and then that heats the can, which in turn heats the air around it. Well, that way you burn up the inside can. The little one will get burned up after a number of uses, and you'll eventually have to replace it because every time you heat that really hot, you burn the carbon out of the steel. It'll eventually rust and go to crap. But that way, you just keep replacing the inside can, and your outside doesn't doesn't get that hot. So you can just use it a long, long time.
Yeah, watch this
A
guy.
couple of wire coat hangers will make a grate for the top of it.
Oh yeah, I see that done. Like I said, the brick stove and the brick fire pit was the best one.
Yeah,
If you have bricks, of course, but you can use rocks.
rocks.
You know. But the one I liked the best was where he was heating up the rocks. Then he puts them into a container and puts them inside the car they were, and it heats up the entire inside of the car.
Well, it doesn't heat it. It adds warmth, but yeah, it'll help.
Yeah, well, when you're dealing with they were stuck in snow, it'll save your
In
life.
in '72, we got stuck in a snowstorm in a blizzard up in Wisconsin. We were coming home, and we got caught in a blizzard. And my dad just kept one thing in Wisconsin when you know you're driving and you know there's a snowstorm, you don't leave without topping off the tank of your car. You never do, you, because you don't know if you're gonna get stuck. And so my dad always made sure before we headed out that he would top off the car.
Good idea.
And we did. We got. I mean, it got to be stuck. And the only reason we could have kept on going, but there was a little. My dad called them puddle jumpers. It was a Toyota or a Datsun or I don't know, a little rice grinder, and it couldn't make it through the snow anymore. So no one could go. You couldn't go around it. There was one track, and the cars were all following the one track. But when the littlest car got stuck, no one could get by it because the snow was too deep. You know, as long as cars were traveling on the track, and you know the cars normal passenger cars only have like 5 or 7 inches of clearance underneath them. You know, so as long as the cars were driving, they were pushing the snow to the side, and there was a track that cars could travel on, and it was pushing the snow to the side, and it was piling up. But as the cars traveled and a pickup truck would go by or a bigger truck, it would clear it out a little bit. But because it was constantly being traveled, cars could keep on going. But as soon as that little car with the lower ground clearance got stuck, well, then, of course, cars couldn't go around it and no one else could go. We got stuck right where we were at. So my dad made my oldest brother get out and go up on top of the car and dig the snowmobile suits out of the roof rack container up there, and we all put our snowmobile suits on. We hunkered down in the car, and about every half hour he would start the car and let it run, let it warm up, and that way it would melt the snow out from around the bottom of the car and the exhaust pipe so that we didn't suffocate. And we just kept running the car off. And then about 9:30 the next morning, sheriff deputy knocked on the roof of our car. That's how deep the snow was. He knocked on the roof of the car. You folks all right down there? He said, we've got a snow plow with a snowblower attachment. He said, we're about 40 feet from you. He said, is there anybody or anything in front of us? I said, yeah, there's a little Japanese car up in front of us somewhere. He said, oh, we'll stop the snowblower before he runs it over. And sure enough, they found them. They were like 10 feet from the little Japanese guy. He was completely buried.
Damn. I've seen that kind of snow several times, but we got lucky we were never in cars.
They got the guy out in the Japanese car, and then they pulled and got him out, and then they blew the snow away from the front of our station. We had a Pontiac station wagon, and got the snow off from that, and then they shoveled a little bit out, and then they crawled underneath the front there and hooked the chain to the frame. And he said, we'll pull you out, but we're not going to be responsible for any damage. My dad said, don't worry about it. He said, we're glad to get pulled out. So we pulled out, and it ripped the fenders off the snowmobile trailer because we had a double snowmobile trailer behind us. We ripped the fenders off the trailer and instead in the snowbank. And the guy said, it ripped your fenders off. And my dad said, one of you boys go back there and grab the fenders. So grabbed them and threw them in the back of the car. And he said, don't worry about it. No one's going to stop you. Everyone's busy with the snow, and no one's going to worry about whether you have fenders and turn signals and brake lights today.
Yeah, that'd be a little bit ridiculous. First, like I was watching that Highway to Hell when they were getting those people out of the snow. Jesus, people crash in the most funniest ways. And they live. I don't think they show any of the ones that die, but damn. Like that 18-wheeler that went 120 feet down the side of an embankment. I'm like, whoa. Oh. Yep.
We're at minute 35, 36.
Yeah, we are a little under weather, so I plan, like I said, I'm working on some things, hopefully.
We're down to 3 people anyhow. 4.
Yeah. Like I said, this is more or less it's nice to have them come in. We're just I'm just really trying to keep company. It gets really boring in here when you have to keep staring at the same walls and shit. And I don't really watch the ridiculous TV.
And his girlfriend cut him off.
Yeah. Yeah, the one I usually talk to wasn't here today. It was her day off. Oh. Like I said, I can't see out the window because it's on the other side of the room. Damn it. See, that's the only problem with this one. When I go to swing it, usually it'll work really fine, but that toenail cutter grabs it, then it sticks. There we go. Now, unless anyone wants to come up, you're more than welcome to. I haven't heard from Ginger either.
Well, I sent her a link. If she's sleeping.
Yeah. Last time I heard from her was like 9 hours ago. But it's going to take about 2 hours. There it is. Oh, the thing she sent was that picture you showed. Well, okay, well, then I guess we could end it for today. I'd like to see y'all at 5 a.m. with my morning coffee show, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm even going to try to schedule one because I can't make it up. Not on this stuff.
No sense in doing it. Scheduling is, you're not going to be there.
Yeah, I tried hard today to get on there. It just didn't work out. I was like less than an hour away, and I just literally passed out. And that was it. And got up 3 hours later and was going to do one, but they'd already put the medicine started. I was getting sick before I can even. Yeah, they don't wake me up. They'll just put it in and away they go. Which is fine. I don't want to be awake anyway when they do it because then I have to get sick while they're doing it. All right, guys. Well, I hope everyone had a wonderful Father's Day. Of course, in your case, Gateway, that was yesterday.
Yep. Now 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, we're at 10 o'clock right now. You think you get quiet when you? It's not. A couple of the patients are obviously upset.
All right. Well,
Thank you for coming up, KY. And as always, thank you, Belle, for all the wonderful work you do for us.
before you out in chat, thank you.
Yeah, the three of you, the lurkers.
Stay safe, be well.
Alrighty. This is as for Bud. KY, Bud out.
KY out.